try this again. Another 2-man with Living End. Hopefully this time we don't just get turn 2 twice in a row. Um, Actually willing to bet that game 1 our opponent had us on 2 if they drew a bounce land too. Amulet does that sometimes. It's always weird to think about like the split of games. Yeah, this hand's okay. Cool. Unlosables. That's actually not true. Our opponent is playing a deck that features a large number of discard spells, most likely. Well, if they're Martyr, it's pretty sure Martyr's unlosable for this deck, but the tokens deck is capable of shredding your hand. Oh, well, we're now officially at the unlosable point because the odds of our opponent being able to discard both of our violent outbursts in a relevant time frame is pretty low. That graphic is very weird for a face down card. Okay. Um. Yeah, our opponent's black white. The fact that we have Jungle Weaver actually doesn't. Their flyers are too widespread for a single reach blocker to matter. It's fine. I think I'm going to try to wait for at least another Fulminator Mage, or at least 2 Fulminator Mages, before I use my Violent Outburst. Doing this turn to blow up the Windswept Heath, just minimize my opponent's ability to advance the board. Doing it immediately because my opponent has potential Raise the Alarm in their deck, and these tokens list vary way too much over time for me to really trace like what they're possibly playing currently. Um, yeah. Hopefully there aren't. I guess if there was a second one of those, this would also be tapped. Trying to get me to min value this Violent Outburst. Um, well, I'm going to lead on cycling this and see where that goes. Another Fulminator Mage. I don't know if this is greedy or not. I think it gives my opponent a top deck potentially, but I'm willing to risk it with another Cycler in my hand. I want to destroy Fetid Heath, I think. No, I can leave my opponent. I think it's Isolated Chapel. It's close though. I don't want to. I don't have any Street Race in my graveyard right now. But the fact that this is an actual swamp matters. No, that's really bad for me. Maybe I should have just been okay with 3 creatures off of that. Don't have much time to get out of this, I guess. Would have thought. Just gonna try to hit a spell this turn. However, In the event that that fails, I will use the maximum amount of my mana, play this, blow up the Windswept Heath. I die to a few things, but I have 2 draw steps to hit a 6-outer. Yep. That gives me a few more redraws. I should have used that first, actually. And I die. I feel like my opponent clearly didn't have that Thoughtseize because the previous turn. But maybe I'm wrong about that. Yeah, I think that got a little bit greedy there. I'm just thinking more about that sequence. Don't think I actually want a sideboard. Don't like Fair Macabre. I'd rather have an Ingot Chewer to hedge against the Relic tokens nonsense that happens. Um, maybe hedge a little bit more. Yeah, maybe 5/6 plus another Fulminator plus the 2 Fulminators in hit. Yeah, I should have gone off that turn anyways, not giving my opponent the chance. This is fine. I have no need to do this right now. Yeah, I didn't need to give my opponent like a 5 or 6 outer to win the game. Though, with that many cards in hand, it's actually very possible I just get like Pathed and then Architect. That's my thing, is I've had too many bad experiences with this deck against Path to Exile. So I get a little gun shy in those spots. Yeah, let's get aggro. Why not? I don't think there's. I think I'm supposed to hold his Beast Within. Or more accurately, hold up this Violent Outburst in case of a Rest in Peace. Can my graveyard beat Double Bitter Blossom? I think it can. Not sure if I'm supposed to kill the land or the Bitter Blossom. Probably the land. I think there's a small chance that opens me up to a Sorin, but Yeah, I should do that after the double Bitter Blossom trigger. I cannot tap mana right now, can I? I guess worst case scenario, I can always Wrath again. Probably want to put draw the Rest in Peace too late. Maybe I did that too. Yeah, I don't know why I did that on upkeep. I should have done that on end step. Fortunately, I got rewarded, or more accurately, not punished for it. I was just really hyped to do the whole Architects thing. So my goal here is to keep my opponent off of Sorin mana for as long as possible. Maybe it was better to just Outburst for 4 damage there. Not worry about Sorin. Yeah, that was actually... So if I get Pathed, it's a bit awkward. Though this setup, my opponent's never getting out of, right? You could have... So I know they have Spectral Procession in hand, and there are other cards that have to be land, Sorin to get out of. Okay. So I now know my opponent's hate card is Rest in Peace. Ingot Chewer can come out for this Architects. And I don't think Ingot Chewer is doing anything good. Shriekmaw does absolutely nothing. Dismember does nothing. Brindlebore might do something. Yeah, this is fine. So let's not super fill our graveyard until we're sure we can beat a Rest in Peace with what we have. That is a really good draw. I don't really care about that card being exiled or not. Um, hmm. Where does this go? Maybe I'm just supposed to just Spirit Guide Fulminator that land? Though leaving a Beast Within for the Rest in Peace is pretty nice. I don't actually know what the right play is here. I think it's just leave a Beast Within. feel like my opponent would have discard spelled me on 1 if they had it. This is the second rest in peace. I'm in a bit of trouble. Not a ton. But yeah, I think I need to do this right here to reestablish. Cycle this first, see if I hit a land. I think I just need to take the damage and put the most things in my graveyard and then outburst next turn. I was actually not supposed to play that land. I was supposed to try to Deadshot Minotaur or Jungle Weaver into a non-pain land. If there's another rest in peace, this gets real bad. That's fine. I can beat that. I go to 7, whatever. Or I go to 5. Still whatever, I guess, with the Jungle Weaver. That's marginally awkward, I guess. Okay. So I get to put all these things into play. If I get like silence or something, I will be very upset. That's fine. So I have unblockable. Those are okay. Interesting. Am I supposed to blow up a land with Fulminator, or am I supposed to gain 4 life here? I think it's attack for 8, gain 4 life. Or, well, it's not even immediate gain 4 life, but it's more realistically play a creature that can block. Oh, man. Good old Brindlebore. Where would we be without you and your delicious bacon? Yeah, Fulminator is not even that good. It just kills this. Yeah, that would have held my opponent off Sorin, but I don't think that does much. Put the bat into play, that's fine. Effectively, could be a 4-4 bat soon. I think Jungle Weaver's got to stay home. It doesn't because of Brindlebore. But it might just have to stay home anyways. Let's see. So I'm going to Forest Cycle, get basic, play basic, kill Sorin here. This is just me kind of whittling away my opponent's resources before the next violent outburst. No creatures in my opponent's graveyard. Correct. It's a big spider. Okay. Time is running out on actually getting to this point. Time is really running out. I don't have a lot of draw steps to find my out here. So to 2, yeah, I don't think that makes it in time. Fortunately, also 1 mana short of just casting this stupid thing, killing this, which lets me attack for significantly more. Do I Demonic Dread for... Is that enough? This is the same situation as game 1. And the question is whether Architects, Pale Recluse, and Brindlebore is enough. I think the fact that Deadshot Minotaur is actually good to cast is what makes it enough. No point in not just jamming here. Oh, wow, there was a point. This chump block is what my opponent should be making here. That's fine. That was a pretty big mistake. I gave my opponent an Auriok Champion after this happens. That was a huge punt. Actually, like, costing me the game potentially punt. Yeah, my opponent would be at 13 life, going to 12 on upkeep instead of whatever they're at now, which is a big issue. You can draw these in this order. Hopefully your last cards. I actually think maybe I was supposed to give my opponent the Intangible Virtue first. Yeah, that's kind of weird. Don't have a good last card, please. Yeah. The old pitch Simian Spirit Guide to play Deadshot Minotaur. Jam times. Zealous Persecution? That's fine. My opponent not opting to fetch is really good for me. Game has now become survive that many turns. The game. Uh, yeah, I threw this one away really badly because of that attack. My opponent should be in the negatives by a lot here. This is game my opponent 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, like 12 life. Too little, too late. Actually, if my opponent bricks this turn, so that's yeah. I'm actually gonna resolve another living hen this game. Hooray! Not punished for my stupid decisions. Yeah. Two. Play that in case I don't even have a 7-drop to rip, so guess I'm dead to not actually dead to a lot here. Well, that card's dying. Though, maybe I'm supposed to just kill the fetch lands to maximize architects? Yeah, that's actually better. As weird as it seems. I'm glad this game has made interesting decisions despite me mucking it up. I don't think my opponent realizes what's about to happen here. Still don't think my opponent understands what's about to happen here. Ta-da! All three of them. My opponent does go to a lot of life. Oh, wait, where's my triggered ability? I deserve to lose this game. I actually don't think it's possible for me to win from here. Well, that was very poorly played on my part, but that was a pretty absurd ending there. Yeah, I just let my opponent back in the game for no reason, like 8 turns ago there. Not dead to the next attack. Beast Within, does that do anything for me? So my opponent blocks here, blocks here. They take 1, 2, 3, a bunch of damage. The problem with Beast Within is that it gives my opponent an attacker. I think I have to shove to force my opponent to block. Yeah. Okay. Boom. Kind of. Opponent doesn't have 3 attackers next turn, so got that going for us. However, they do. I'm just dead because of them. Ugh. I needed one turn without my opponent getting a token maker there. After, the obvious mistake. Yeah, that's fine. I don't actually have outs to that. Well, Living End is weird and intricate for a combo deck. There are definitely times where that comes up, and that is the looping creature strategy is actually something that other decks do use to take advantage of the deck. Not something I expected to have matter out of tokens, but certainly a problem.